So installing a prefab shower kit, you do want to make sure that the walls are fairly plumb. You do not want them wildly out of position. So you want to adjust for that. Also, the manufacturer's instructions will show you where to put blocking so you have nailers in all the right locations. This system is required to install directly to the studs. These are usually pretty high quality systems, the ones that are installed directly to the studs. We will insulate that outer wall before installing the shower kit. We squared everything and we have all our nailers in place. We are ready to get started. Okay, time to install the drain into your shower pan. There's only two styles. There's a 2-inch glue or solvent weld type. The problem with that is you have to have access underneath to be able to connect it. So you'd have to have an accessible basement or crawl space. In a lot of cases, you're not going to have access underneath. That's where you want a compression drain. So this type is really nice to use. You can do the final 2-inch PVC connection from the shower side, from the bathroom side. So you start by taking off the nut. And then here, traditionally people do plumber's putty, although the manufacturers now are warning you that you want to use silicone because plumber's putty is bad for plastics. So this is a silicone that's rated for bathrooms. And then you're going to put that through on the front side. And then once you switch to the back side, now you have two washers that come with the kit. The first is the rubber one. That's going to be helping with the water. And then the second one is going to be a slip washer, so you can tighten this up without grabbing onto that rubber washer. There goes the nut. Snug it up nice and tight. Adhesive right on the subfloor. Make sure it's rated for plastics or tub surrounds, shower surrounds. Liberally apply it because we're going to try that out later. So yeah, just squeeze like crazy. You want to make sure to use a modified product that's safe for plastics and tub surrounds, shower surrounds. This Loctite product is excellent. We're going to use it for all the adhesives. All right, so you drop it in that adhesive bed. You don't want to slide it across. You want to drop it in, make sure your drain is aligned, and then maybe step in a little bit. Check it for level, of course. You want the back lip level, and then the manufacturer already designed the perfect slope to the drain. And check it left and right, and then front and back. Yeah, it looks perfect. Now the bubble's right in the center. To finish up with the drain from the top side, you do the rubber gasket bevel side up, and if you read carefully, it will be printed on the product which side is up. And then you're going to fit it in the gap around the pipe in your new drain. Go ahead and get it pretty low. You can't go too low, it will stop. There'll be a piece of plastic there that stops you from going too low. And then next you come in with the white ring that's going to compress that black fitting, and it'll give you a nice tight seal around your pipe. So you can only go so far with your hand, and then it comes with this tool that kind of snaps in there, and you just use a screwdriver to start turning. Okay, when you got it as tight as you can, go ahead and remove that piece. You now have a watertight seal, and then your decorative plate will just snap into place. Take off the protective film cover, and you are done. After you're sure it's level, next you can mark the top of all the stud locations, and then you want to pre-drill through the shower pan. Make sure when you're drilling not to get into the stud, just the shower pan on the flange. Okay. So yeah, just the plastic, not the wood. Okay, when it comes to the correct screws for the kit, you want to make sure that it's rated for moisture locations. Also, it has to be flat. on the head, pan washer, flathead, something like that. Nothing like a drywall screw, nothing with a bevel here. So it's completely flat. The reason for that is you don't want it to suck in the shower pan. You just want to keep it flat to the wall. So anywhere where you have a gap on the shower pan, you don't want to screw yet. You do want to use shims to fill that void. You don't want the shower pan to deflect to the stud. So you fill that void, screw through. You don't need the shims to go all the way up the wall stud, just where the shower pan is. All right, go ahead and screw. And not super tight. Stop. That's it. Okay, so the pan is secured to all the studs. It's level, adhesive to the subfloor. All the screws are in, everything's shimmed. And then you want to dry fit your wall panels to make sure everything's going to fit first. So you always start with the exterior wall. That's the back panel. You're going to dry fit it, make sure everything's level before you do the adhesive and go to the next steps. Okay, so dry fit's pretty good. We did check it for level up here, and it's dead on, so that looks perfect. So now you can pre-drill all your top locations and put in the adhesive. Okay, so you put adhesive on all the stud locations and the extra blocking for extra support here in the middle. The manufacturer tells you where to put this extra blocking. And then finally, before you drop that back panel in place, you also do adhesive right on that inner corner of the base there. So when you drop the back panel in place, it seals nicely. Dry fit the left panel. No adhesive yet, no screws yet. You just want to dry fit everything, making sure your blocking and your nailers are all in the right location. And then when you're satisfied with it, pre-drill the stud locations and add the adhesive to the studs. Don't forget to do the bottom flange with adhesive caulk every time you set a new panel, and also on the side panels to the back wall, you also do that inside corner there as a watertight sealant. Okay, the third and last panel you do need to cut out for the plumbing. You can measure over, of course, but you only get one shot to do it right. So we're going to take a piece of cardboard and use it as a template. So you would put it down at the floor and try to make sure it's a 90-degree angle. Make sure it's tight to the left, just like your panel would be. And then you're going to mark where that's going to be, and then we'll transfer that mark to the panel. Okay, we transferred the measurement with the cardboard template. We also double checked with a tape measure. We feel good that we're on the right spot. So now we're going to use a 2-inch hole saw. Ouch. Molten hot plastic. Okay, the kit comes with a fire resistant mat that you can put on the back side, and that's future proofing your shower panel in case a plumber ever has to open up the wall and use open flame to solder pipes together. Of course, we have PEX. PEX is kind of making copper go away, but if you ever had an open flame in the wall, this would protect the plastic. So you just adhere it on the back side of the opening, and then you take your utility knife and just cut that out. Dry fit the last and third panel. Okay, so that fits. You can service it. Everything fits there. Check your reveals and your gaps. Level it one last time. So you need to do bracing. The manufacturer shows you just fabricating 2x4s by hand to brace the end pieces and the back wall. We're actually just going to use an adjustable shower rod. Kind of remember where your stud locations were and where your adhesive is, and you can tighten that up, and that will be a good brace while you're letting the adhesive dry. All right, so we got a temporary brace up. You also want to brace the outer wall where you had that extra lateral support with the adhesive. You want to push on that. When everything hardens and dries for the adhesive, you're good to come in with the final caulking. The manufacturer recommends all these inner seals be caulked with a bathroom caulk, and you also caulk the very bottom where the walls meet the shower base. After that, you are done with your new shower surround. You can install doors as the next step, which we will do, or you could just do a curtain. I bet you can do it yourself.